So this is the aftermath of what happened last night in Lisboa at the Estádio da Luz, Benfica, Real Madrid. In the first leg of the tie, Real Madrid won the game 1-0 with a stellar goal from Vinicius Jr. I was watching this game with my friend and I didn't know when I shouted, "Que golaço! Vaya golazo!" But unfortunately, that wasn't the incident that highlighted the game. There was another incident that highlighted the game, which involved racist chant from Prestani, which is a Benfica player, originally from Argentina, against Vinicius Jr. I didn't want to make this video last night. I wanted to listen to every opinion before I make mine. And I'm talking based on, I'm a black guy. I'm from Africa. I have experienced racism in Spain, in anywhere, almost all the places I've visited in Europe. That is normal. For me, it is normal. Being racist, to me, shows that you are an insecure person. But we're going to analyze everything because since it's in the limelight, since it is Vinicius Jr. who is an advocate for racism, we're going to talk about it, right? First and foremost, Vinicius Jr. scored one of the goals of the season. What a goal. What a goal. But the same stadium, this is the same stadium Rafinha scored stellar goals, but never was booed in the stadium. And you ask yourself, why is it that this happened to Vinicius all the time? Why? Why? In the same team, you have Chouameni, you have Camavinga, you have Rudiger, you have Kylian Mbappe, but they only go for Vinicius Jr. Have you asked yourself why? Have you asked why it has to be Vinicius Jr.? So after the goal, Vinicius went to the corner flag and danced and was given yellow card. That yellow card, for me, I don't know why they gave him to him, because he's celebrating his goal, whether dance or not. That is, if he doesn't go to the fans to shout at the fans, why do you give him a yellow card? Why? Why are you giving him a yellow card? So I think that yellow card is not a proper yellow card. It's not legal. Honestly, I don't know why you have to give him a yellow card for scoring a beautiful goal and celebrating by dancing. That is his way of celebrating. We all know Vinicius Jr. He likes to dance. So when he scores his dance, whether you like it or not, you have to take it as football. And that didn't sit well with the fans, and he was given a yellow card. We thought, okay, everything is fine. There were some altercations between him and Otamendi, where I don't know what was said. Vinicius was covering his mouth, telling Otamendi some things, but Otamendi opened his belly and told him, "Look at the World Cup I win here." I'm definitely sure Vinicius told him, "Oh, I have 15 champions, 5 champions and stuff like that." So these are something that happened between players. Until Prestani started talking to Vinicius Jr. And before you know, Prestani covered his mouth with his cloth and said something to Vinicius Jr. Something was said. Something was said. And when he covered his mouth, definitely he's not saying any nice word to Vinicius Jr. We don't know what he said, and we can't prove what he said. Afterward, Vinicius went to the referee and said, "Oh, he was calling me mono, he was calling me mono." By the way, if you don't know what mono is monkey. It means monkey. People will do that. Once you play football, a lot of people, one thing people don't know about football is a very, very passionate sport. The fans get so passionate that they might insult. I've gone to the stadium in Barcelona here, in Camp Nou, old men insulting players in a very harsh way. And know that when they see you on the road, they're going to insult you that way. It's just the passion out of the football. This is different from Vinicius in the pitch and Vinicius outside the pitch. If we're going to use Vinicius as an example, what about we that walk on the street that experience racism all year round? Some people might not, there are different kinds of racism. There are racism by words and there are racism by actions. And for me, the worst racism out there is not the one being said. It's the one, the action is the worst. We see this every day. If you live in Europe, you see this every time. So Vinicius coming out and being an advocate for racism is good for him. But you should know that his attitude is not even the best. Went to the referee in the game. Told the referee he was calling me mono, he was calling me monkey. And the referee stopped the game, which is very good from the referee. One of the good things the referee did was stop the game after that incident. And Vinicius went and sit down in the bench, and Mbappe and all of them, before you know, Jose Mourinho started coming out to tell him and talk to him and everything that was going on. And it was stopped. The game was stopped for like 10 minutes. 10 good minutes. And afterwards, they came into an agreement. Vinicius came back to the pitch, and there was a video of Kylian Mbappe going to the press stand and telling him, "You are a racist, you are a racist, you are a racist, you are a racist." And the game, and for me, the game ended at that moment because Benfica was playing very well. But after that moment, the game just ended. Although Benfica had some chance to equalize, Benfica, this team, when you go to the second leg, if you guys think this Benfica will not shock Real Madrid, you're in for a rude awakening. But we are going to leave this next week tie apart. We're talking about what happened in the pitch. So after the game, Kylian Mbappe came out in an interview. Jose Mourinho also came out for an interview. The coach of Real Madrid, Arbeloa, came out for an interview. First and foremost, Arbeloa said, we are going to support Vinicius. If Vinicius said he was told like that, definitely we are going to support Vinicius. And if Vinicius could run to the referee, it means yes, that guy actually said something. But can you prove it? That's the question. Can you prove that that guy said that? FIFA, UEFA should not sanction that guy. I'm a black guy, I'm telling you this. UEFA should not sanction that guy. If you cannot prove that that is what he said, why would you sanction him? He could cover his mouth and say, Tonto, which is a fool, and Vinicius think, oh, it's mono. If you ask me, I think that guy said something like that. He said something like mono. He said something very, because his actions speak that he actually did that. He actually said a racist word to Vinicius Jr. But can you prove it? Can you prove it? If you can't prove it, that guy shouldn't be sanctioned at all. After Arbeloa's press conference, Mourinho came out and said, Prestani told him one thing, and Vinicius Jr. told him another thing. Definitely, Mourinho have to protect his player. Mourinho have to show, even if Mourinho is in Real Madrid, Mourinho too will advocate for Vinicius Jr. People come out and attack Mourinho. Oh, that's disappointing. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? There is nowhere, there is no video that proved that that guy said something like that to Vinicius. The mouth was covered. How would you know? Why would people come outside and tell Mourinho is disappointing, is this, is that? You literally don't have proof. So why attacking Mourinho, who is trying to protect his player? Even you, as a coach, won't you protect your player? And Mourinho, after the press conference, even in the press conference, Mourinho said something very, very vital, which I'm going to lay point on. He said, in every stadium, it's the same guy that always have problem in the pitch, in every stadium, which is Vinicius Jr. Then you should ask yourself why. Ask yourself, why is he only Vinicius Jr.? Why? Why is he Vinicius Jr.? Why is it not someone else? Okay, done. After the press conference, the worst of everything was Kylian Mbappe came out and started laying stories of what happened, saying that the guy called Vinicius Jr. monkey 5 times. I think 5 times he said, yes. He said he called him monkey 5 times. There was no video evidence of him calling him monkey 5 times. Did he call him monkey 5 times? Could be that he called him monkey 5 times, but there was no video evidence. There's no picture evidence. There's no evidence that he did that. And Kylian Mbappe, now let me tell you guys something. This is where things get really, really spicy, and many people are going to disagree with me. But who is Kylian Mbappe to come out to say this kind of things? Who is Kylian Mbappe? Kylian Mbappe himself is not innocent. Kylian Mbappe is not an innocent player. This is the way people say Jude Bellingham is this. Jude Bellingham literally have told the referee, fuck you. But when you tell people, or most of these Madrid fans or anybody will say, no, it is what happened in football. Kylian Mbappe himself, last 2 weeks, insulted a referee in French language. A very, very bad word. If I'm lying, go check the video. Kylian Mbappe shouldn't come out. Kylian Mbappe should not come out and lay claims like this. If Tchouaméni or Camavinga or Rudiger came out and said this, I will accept. Because these three players, you hardly see them having problem with people. But it has to be Kylian Mbappe. Of course, it is Kylian Mbappe. Are we going to talk about Kylian Mbappe sportsmanship against Barcelona when Barcelona won this Spanish Super Cup? Where Real Madrid had to stay in the line to clap for the winners. Even the coach of Real Madrid stayed in the line. To clap. Kylian Mbappe told the coach to come back, and that is the period they sacked the coach. Kylian Mbappe coming out to advocate for Vinicius Jr. Kylian Mbappe. Who is he? Like, he is not even innocent. That guy is not innocent. If Tchouaméni, Camavinga, or Rudiger came out, I will accept. But Kylian Mbappe is not even an innocent guy. He's not innocent at all. But people are going to come out and attack and like, oh, bro, I am black, man. I'm African. I get racist every time. What do we do? Should we come out and tell the police, oh, did he come? This guy called me racist. This guy called me a monkey, this and that. Some people might not call you. I think even the worst is not even you telling somebody you're a monkey. The worst is acting, looking at somebody acting as if, who is this? You know, the treatment is different. Who are you? What? This black guy, you know, they won't tell you that. Even on the street, somebody will say, hey, black, what's up? White guy, like European guy, will tell you that. What do we do? Complain around the world. These same people, this same player, Vinicius Jr., all he does is just play football in the pitch. The same Vinicius Jr. goes into the field telling the fans of the team in Spain that they are going down to the second division. Vinicius Jr. Fight anybody. Vinicius Jr. fight even the fans, fight everything. These are people that pay to come and watch football. Definitely their emotions are going to be there. I'm not advocating for racism. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very sure that Prestani said that. I'm very sure Prestani said mono. I'm very, very sure, because if he didn't do that, he would have acted differently. His attitude, his body language and everything proves that he said something like that. But can you prove it? Do you have evidence? No. If you don't have evidence, you cannot penalize that guy. Impossible. And for Kylian Mbappe to come out and say, oh, he should not play Champions League. Who are you to say that? Who do you think you are? You are not even an innocent guy. You're even worse than, for me, you're worse than Vinicius Jr. Although people try to say, oh, Kylian Mbappe, the good boy, like the way they paint Bellingham. Kylian Mbappe should not have come out to say this kind of thing. Yes, you have to defend your teammate. I'm not saying that. But Kylian Mbappe is not an example. Example, for me, Rudiger, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. If any of these three people came out, I will understand and I will keep quiet. A beautiful game of football just ended in a very, very feisty way. Very, very feisty. And now Benfica came out and laid a statement. Vinicius came out and laid a statement. The guy, Prestani, has to come out and defend himself and all this thing. It's something that happened in football. If we start video, taking clips of what is being said in the pitch, football won't be watched anymore. I don't know why people started having this mindset of victim. Oh, you're so soft. Yes, these kind of things happen. If he tells you that you are this, you tell him back. Yes, he's a coward for covering his mouth. Yes, we all do say, but how would something like this hurt you? I understand. We all are not the same. We all are not the same. I understand. There's something I can take, you can't take. There's something you can take, I can't take as well. But this attitude shouldn't be condoned in the pitch, because yes, it's a law. You can never be racist to your fellow man, despite the color. You can't. But on daily basis, even with play, you also resist people. A black guy will see a Chinese man and say, oh, that Chinese man. Why would you call him a Chinese man? You don't know if he's from Japan. You don't know if he's from Korea. You don't know if he's from from Philippines or whatever. A white guy, a European guy, we call it a black man, or an African guy. That black boy, that black guy, that black girl. And you take it normal. But because he said a monkey, I'm definitely sure that there are players that have been called the monkey a lot of times in the pitch and they just kept quiet. I'm not saying that Vinicius should keep quiet. But for Kylian Mbappe to come out and advocate and say, hey, dude, who is he? Who is he? Guys, don't get me wrong. I'm very sure Prestani said monkey, which is very bad. He shouldn't have said that. I'm very sure he did that. And it shouldn't be allowed in any football pitch or any sports. It shouldn't be allowed to be racist to your fellow man. No, I'm not adorning that. I'm not advocating that, allow people to racist. No. But for Kylian Mbappe to come out and start acting like as if he's the innocent person at this, no. And would you? Another question is, should Prestani be penalized? For me, I don't think so. If there are no evidence, you cannot penalize Prestani. You can't. It's impossible. That's the law. If there are no evidence, you shouldn't penalize Prestani. I'm sure this video is going to cause a lot of chaos. I can see it coming. But this is my opinion because I'm a black guy and I experience racism every day. If I act like the way Vinicius acts every day, that means I shouldn't be living in Europe. At the end of the day, they are going to tell you, hey, leave. If you can't handle it, you go. There are many cases, worse cases, where the people have even killed. It was one day I was going to watch a game in Barcelona. This is a story, a life story. I was going to watch a game in the stadium. There were 5 guys, European guys, beating a black boy. I had to join and help the black boy to defend the black boy. What happened? The 5 guys ran away. If it was Vinicius Jr. or all these things, because he's not even known in the world, this thing didn't come out anywhere. This thing just stayed there. Would you allow racism to happen in sports? No, I'm not saying that. But Vinicius Jr. also should know how to comport himself in the pitch. Not by dancing or scoring goal and dancing. I'm not saying that. But Vinicius Jr. shouldn't attack people watching the pitch. Don't annoy people watching the football. They are going to shout. They want to support their team. They want to make sure that their team win. They want to make sure that their team win the game. So they're going to do everything. Your job is to do the talking on the pitch and just forget about them. These same people that are talking to you in the field, when they see you outside, they will ask you for your signature. So guys, this is my take on what happened last night in the Benfica Real Madrid game. I hope this is sorted really quick and this ended last night. It just ended, and that should be a lesson for Prestani. You should watch his mouth. He's a young boy, I know, but should be careful, very careful. I don't know if he's going to get away with this, but I'm definitely sure he has to get away with this because there's no proof. He covered his mouth. You cannot say anything. You cannot tell him what he said. I can come out and tell you tomorrow that I said you're crazy. If you say, no, I said racism, give me proof. What's Kylian Mbappe come out to say? There's no proof, bro. There's no proof. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Peace.